Welcome to CC 615 Cloud Infrastructure class. This is week 3, Storage, Part 1. This week we will first differentiate between storage types and protocols, and we will define block storage, file storage, and object storage. Next, we will discuss direct attached storage in the cloud for servers, containers, and serverless compute. Next, we will talk about 3 kinds of storage available in the cloud: storage area network-based block storage. Among its typical usages are taking snapshots and backups, network-attached storage-based file storage, and also cloud object storage. We will talk about object storage structure, advantages and disadvantages, and also how it works with content delivery networks. Storage types and protocols. What is block storage? If you look at computer storage devices themselves, regardless of what they are connected to, they persist data in sequences of bytes in blocks of various sizes and locations within the device. Such storage is called block storage. A hard drive or solid-state storage device, or SSD, is a block storage device. Storage devices may be physically attached to computer server, and they are then called direct attached storage, or DAS, or they may be attached to servers over a network. To read and write data in the storage blocks, we use access protocols which define access operations. Hard drive or SSD devices physically attached to a server are usually accessed using protocols such as SATA, which stands for Serial AT Attachment, USB, Universal Serial Bus, or SCSI, which stands for Small Computer System Interface. For network-attached block-level devices, a popular protocol is iSCSI, Internet SCSI. Networks connecting storage devices are usually dedicated superfast fiber optic networks called Storage Area Networks, or SAN. What is file storage? Accessing storage at the block level is mundane, and it is used mainly for specialized access, like fast backups, taking storage snapshots, or using databases. For humans and applications, another protocol is used on top of block-level protocol, which implements the abstraction of files and folders. These file-level protocols are used for both direct attached storage, those are protocols like FAT or NTFS, which are used in Windows, and also with network storage, NFS, which stands for Network File System, or Samba. Network storage devices which file-level access are also called NAS devices, which stands for Network Attached Storage. What is object storage? In recent years, another type of storage gained popularity, especially for cloud applications, called object storage. Its protocols implement a different abstraction: data objects stored in object containers which cannot be nested like file folders. Object storage protocols implement features needed for today's internet and cloud applications. Object can easily store unstructured media data like photos, videos, or music. They can be replicated in various internet-connected locations for fault tolerance and easy remote access. Object repositories can be highly scalable, as storage devices can be added at locations as needed. This fits very well with horizontal scaling cloud paradigm. Direct attached storage in the cloud. Direct attached storage for servers. Physical servers hosting virtual servers in the cloud have hard disks or SSD drives attached to them physically. Most cloud vendors share storage on these drives among virtual machines running on the host and call it an instance or local storage. The drives themselves are block devices on which the operating systems of virtual servers can create and mount file system. The cost of DAS storage is included in the cost of the virtual server. DAS storage has the fastest access times, but when used with virtual servers it may be short-lived. It is intended for short-term temporary use. Unless backed up in more permanent storage, data stored in an instance storage can be lost when the virtual server is stopped or relocated. Bare metal servers can of course have attached disks, and the customer who owns the bare metal server has full control over these disks. Some bare metal cloud providers allow multiple attached disks in RAID, which stands for Redundant Array of Independent Disks, configurations to provide for fault tolerance and optimized access. Storage for containers and serverless compute. Similarly to virtual servers instance storage, containers can have shared fragments of the host machine file system on attached storage made available to them. By default, this storage is part of their isolated namespace, and it is not accessible to other containers. The data there is lost when the container is terminated unless it is backed up somewhere permanently. Containers can also request access to file folders that can be shared with other containers. Serverless compute code by default does not have access to any infrastructure on which it is running. Cloud vendors usually make some virtual storage available to serverless code, but it is ephemeral and goes away when the code finishes.